Hi guys, so as a blog and presentation part, I have selected as a continuous monitoring with Prometheus and Grafana, which will help us to resolve some problems related to monitoring. Also, it provides the real-time observability, which includes the matrices, logs, stresses from the projects and the matrices from server so that the developers headaches such as the less CPU utilization, then the API time, it should resolve with the continuous monitoring part. So what the problem before the continuous monitoring is happen? So the major problem is there is no visibility after the developer deploys the application to the server. He has no access what the matrices are going, what are the logs, how it is performing, the latency and the other parts. And there is also the issue that problem is pick up when the user detects the problem and developer is no proactively able to detect the problem. And once the problem is detected, the developer has to go through a major troubleshooting from the servers. He has to read the log files and everything. So there is a headache to the developers team, and also it will solve the bottlenecks problems such as the CPU memory, how much it is utilizing. Each time he needs to go to the servers to check that matrices so that the time will be increases. So for that, the solution will be we have Prometheus Grafana, and also its deployment is easy as it is available on Docker. So Docker provides us the platform so that the lightweight and it is also open source monitoring stack. It provides us so with dashboards we can visually see how the matrices are it collecting, how it is how what is the performance of the project or the server. Also due to the availability with Docker and Docker Compose, we can set up it with ease so that the setup will be done in a minute. The tools is also are open source, so we don't incur any cost, just required a server cost, and it is we can unified all the logs and all the matrices in a one place from Grafana. We can view that so that the developer or the person who monitors the server doesn't need to SSH to the different servers. Their CPU utilization. This all can be integrated in a one dashboard only, and he can see in the screen from Grafana. So how the monitoring works? For that monitoring, we have an exporter such as node exporter and C-advisor exporter, which detects or collects the data from the servers. And node exporter we use for the server monitoring such as its CPU and memory units. C-advisor for the Docker containers. It collects the data and sends the data to the Prometheus. So Prometheus is a time series database which collects all the data given from the node exporter and all other exporters and stored it. The Prometheus also done the work such as triggering and alerts whenever alert rule is triggered. And the Grafana we use to visualize the matrices interactively in a real time. So that Prometheus collects data in a time series database, but in Grafana, it uses that time series database to visualize and create a dashboard so that it can be easy to visualize the data. So the different matrices collected from in the monitoring system includes such as it's the CPU from Node Explorer, we can collect CPU usage, memory consumption, the network input and output, and the disk throughput. Also, the system matrices such as how much load is going on the CPU, the various files, it can read various log files, the different processes running on the server at a time, and then how much time the server is up or not. Also, it can collect the data from application such as the request latency, how much the error status code collecting, then the custom business matrices which we can build in the application itself for the using the Prometheus client. So the issue solves are it resolves the issues such as memory leaks. So we can see how much memory it is utilizing for which process is using the memory. Also the CPU spike we can detect in what period the CPU is spiking, the which process is using the more CPU, so that we can optimize that process or that memory consuming processes we can optimize it. It will, if there is any anomaly in the deployment process, is such that if any container goes down or any application goes down, we will have a alert based on the alert setups so that we can get that in real time, and the time takes to resolve the errors will be very less. So how it will works in the resolving the alert system in the Prometheus and Grafana, so that we will set up alerts in the Prometheus. So whenever this alert notification is sent to the team, in our case we have email and Google Chat as a notification contact point. After the notification we get, we will open the Grafana dashboard, visualize which on which dashboard and which server we have the error, and after finding out from which server we are getting the alerts, we will go to that server, say, optimize the process, find the root cause of the why this alert is triggered, and we can resolve that. We can take an action to resolve that issue immediately. So there is a scenario I have added such that if there is any container utilizing a CPU uses, so we will set an alert such that CPU utilization for a server will be more than 80%. So if the CPU before without monitoring and due to high CPU usage, we have a very less user reports us that there is a API response times is very more. It has a more latency to deliver the process, and the developer needs to debug that issue from the server itself. But when we do the monitoring, we will get an immediate alert when the CPU goes above 80%, so that the developer or the DevOps can see which process is utilizing the CPU and how we can resolve that alert and slow less down the CPU utilization to minimum time, so that we can our response time will be better and the deployment server issue will be resolved in very less time.